Invest in success with Pub Quiz Prep. The education you want, the education you deserve.
Welcome back to Pub Quiz Prep. Now today I want to bring you a knockout round. Now you know how this works by now. Answer all of the questions, and when we come to the marking stage, the moment you get one wrong, well, that's the total point score that you have. If you make it to the end, well, you will get a stack of points, and that is really the very best that you can do, but just see how you go. Now today's knockout round features the band The Beatles. Question 1. Name one of the Fab Four members of the Beatles. Name one of the Fab Four members of the Beatles. Question number 2. Now, did the Beatles form in London, Liverpool, Birmingham, or Nova Scotia? That question again. Did the Beatles form in London, Liverpool, Birmingham, or Nova Scotia? Question number 3. Which Beatles album features a photo of the band walking across a zebra crossing? Now, which Beatles album features a photo of the band walking across a zebra crossing? Question number 4. Who was the second and final wife of John Lennon? Who was the second and final wife of John Lennon? Question number 5. What was the 12th and final studio album by the Beatles? Now, what was the 12th and final studio album by the Beatles? Question number 6. Which Beatle provided narration to the children's TV series Thomas the Tank Engine? Which Beatle provided narration for the children's TV series Thomas the Tank Engine? Question number 7. In 1962, which was the first hit song by the Beatles? Now, if you just wind the clock back to 1962, what was the first hit song by the Beatles? Question number 8. All You Need Is Love is a song on which Beatles album? All You Need Is Love is a song on which Beatles album? Question number 9. In what year did John Lennon die? In what year did John Lennon die? Final question. And now, if you were wondering what on earth is the go with this tie, well, I don't blame you. It is a little wafer thin, and the pattern on it is really something else again. Now, for the astute YouTube viewer, you might remember this tie from a little exercise series I did called 121 Seconds. Let's get on to the next question. Question number 10. Which of these musicians was not an early member of the Beatles? Pete Best, Stuart Sutcliffe, or Paul Cornwell? So which of these musicians was not an early member of the Beatles? Pete Best, Stuart Sutcliffe, or Paul Cornwell? Okay, well, how did you go? Did you get all the way to the end without getting one wrong? Do you reckon you got them all right? Well, let's find out. So question 1. Name one of the Fab Four members of the Beatles. You could have given me any of these. John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, or even Ringo Starr. Question number 2. So the Beatles formed in Liverpool. Question number 3. Which Beatles album features a photo of the band walking across a pedestrian crossing, or a zebra crossing if you want to refer to it in that term? Abbey Road. Question number 4 was, who was the second and final wife of John Lennon? Well, of course, that was Yoko Ono. But what was the 12th and final studio album by the Beatles? Did you remember this one? Let It Be. Question 6. Which Beatle provided the narration for the children's TV series Thomas the Tank Engine? That was Ringo Starr. And what a wonderful job he did. Question number 7 was, in 1962, what was the first hit song by the Beatles? That was Love Me Do. Are you still in? Question 8. All You Need Is Love is a song on which Beatles album? Yellow Submarine. Famous or infamous? Question number 9. In what year did John Lennon die? 1980. Okay, here we go. Question 10. Which of these musicians was not an early member of the Beatles? Was it Pete Best, Stuart Sutcliffe, or Paul Cornwell? It was, in fact, Paul Cornwell. I do hope you enjoyed that themed knockout round from Pub Quiz Prep. Now, I do thank all of those that have subscribed or left comments or likes, even dislikes. Hey, that's fine. If you are that way inclined, then a little click on the subscription button there would help out immensely. And until next time, thanks so much for playing, and I do wish you every success in any upcoming trivia night you might be having. Now don't forget, if you wanted to host your own trivia night, you can just scoot across onto the Pub Quiz Prep website, and from there you can download rounds and rounds of free printable trivia questions, complete with answers, and you can mix and match and build your own unique trivia night. It'll save you a lot of hassle, a lot of time, and you can really get down to the fun stuff of presenting. Okay, thanks again. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for playing Pub Quiz Prep. Question everything.